Brandon Berg gets right to the point in explaining the impact church camp has had on his life. Over the last 18 years, Brandon has worked or served at each of the 4 camps supported by Holston Conference. One camp had a particularly strong influence. I think I'd be hard-pressed to say that anything has shaped me more in my faith than the time and effort I invested at Buffalo Mountain Camp, he says. He was 19 years old and a music student at East Tennessee State University when his friends encouraged him to apply as a counselor at Buffalo Mountain Camp near Jonesboro, Tennessee. He not only got the job, he was on the Buffalo Mountain staff for 9 years. During that time, he also worked in environmental education at Camp Wesley Woods and helped with the ropes training program at Camp Lookout. In 2004, Brandon says he finally settled into a willingness to pursue ordained ministry, a call he first heard in high school. Working with the ministers and residents at camp had as much to do with that as anything, Brandon says of his decision to attend seminary and become a pastor.
While I was at Buffalo Mountain, I had an opportunity to get to know a lot of different staff, a lot of different campers, and a lot of different ministers in residence. I began to see in this broad variety of pastors, of ministers of different ilk, what being clergy was all about, what being called was all about. And that started to shape my own sense of my vocation, of my calling.
Brandon is a Holston Conference pastor now serving in the Whitfield District. Brandon is married to school teacher Caroline Berg, who, by the way, he met through Holston Conference camping. They have 3 children, Noah, Sarah, and Rebecca. Brandon still has a strong connection to church camps. For the last 2 summers, he served as a weekly minister in residence for Camp Dickinson. For the last 4 years, he and Caroline helped design and implement a day program at Fort Blackmore, a camp supported by the Big Stone Gap District. In our best moments, church camp is a model of the kingdom of God, Brandon says. It's a loving, caring environment that was so supportive, it helped me to come to an understanding that we can be the kingdom of God wherever we are. These experiences are what Brandon wants for his own children when they too enjoy a week at a Holston Conference camp. All this is possible by the regular and consistent giving of Holston church members.
Thank you, Holston Conference. You will never know how many lives you've changed. Way to go. Way to give.